What a day of UCL games we've just had. And I'm not even sure where to start. But before we get into it, I want to give a red card to the person at Paramount Plus that decided to not add a multi-view when all these big second legs are kicking off at the same time. Paramount Plus, stinker and hooked. Paramount Plus are out here moving like Darwin Núñez after getting subbed on. But look, we had 4 games today. UCL madness. And I think we can start with the first game that kicked off today. And that was Barcelona versus Benfica. And Barca today absolutely dominated Benfica. Like, that was belt to ass. That first half that we saw from Barca, fantastic. I can't even sit here and troll. Lamine Yamal, man of the match kind of performance. Got 2 assists. He was baptizing grown men on that field. Benfica's defense is shit. Raphinha scoring a brace. I'm tired of watching Barcelona dominate teams. It literally looked like a training session during that match. I think Alejandro Balde had a good performance. Pedri played well. I think Lewandowski was pretty mid. I think Megan Rapinoe was pretty mid as well. But overall, Barcelona, they took care of business. 4-1 on aggregate. I don't think Benfica even realized that they were playing in a second leg of the UCL. Like, you would have thought that Benfica were playing a preseason match. These guys didn't get out of first gear. And then the second half was pretty mid, right? Because we got 3-1 all in the first 45 minutes. But the second half, Barcelona were just comfortable. They were just cruising. Benfica didn't really add any threat. Aside from them scoring the header in the first half where they gave us a glimpse of hope, they were just out there doing cardio. I think every single time that Benfica looked like they might be able to do something against Barca, it was offside. Like, the offside trap was killing Benfica today. But look, man, Benfica, they couldn't take care of business last week when Barcelona only had 10 men. So I don't think that anybody's really surprised that now that they were facing Barcelona at home, that they lost. So it is what it is, right? Barcelona, they do have a pretty easy run in the UCL, right? Barcelona got on the favorable side of the bracket. And realistically, even though I would love to see Barcelona get knocked out, they're going to either be taking on Lille or Dortmund. And the odds of Lille or Dortmund beating Barca is very slim. So Barca have a relatively clear path to the semifinals. But nah, it was a great performance by them today. It really was, man. Oh my gosh, bro. It's just jarring. It really is. Lamine Yamal, 2 assists and 1 goal. Raphinha, the brace. Lewandowski, average cardio session. Megan Rapinoe, average cardio session. I think Frenkie de Jong was okay today. I think Barca's back line didn't really have that much to do. As I said, Alejandro Balde, when he overlapped this game, it's like Benfica had no answers. We saw Szczęsny. He dropped the masterclass in the first leg. Today, he didn't really have that much to do. Barcelona were winning the midfield battle. Barcelona were dominating possession. But look, shout out to Child Labor FC. Shout out to Sweatshop FC. 17-year-old FC. No Yamal, no party. Fantastic player. I can't even hate on it. Him and Raphinha carried today. They were terrorizing that Benfica back line. But let me know what you guys thought about the first half of that game, right? Because I think that's where all the entertainment was. And then the second leg, Barcelona were just getting out of there with the dub. Like, they weren't even really trying to do too much in the second half. You can tell because they didn't feel any kind of threat. Now, I do want to move on to the game that was the main event, right? On paper, Liverpool versus PSG was a dream matchup for the round of 16 as a neutral. Now, I will say that across the two legs, in terms of what we saw in regular time, it was a bit underwhelming. If you would have told me before this game that each team would only score one goal each across two legs, I would not have believed you. And what's crazy is, I thought that Liverpool had the advantage heading into this second leg. But PSG, they win on penalties. You have to give PSG so much credit. These guys have turned up to Anfield, a very hard place to play at, a very hostile environment. And not only did they knock Liverpool, who are arguably considered the best team in Europe, right? They're top of the Prem. They came first in the UCL standings. Not only did they come to Liverpool's home and knock them out, but they did it while keeping a clean sheet. This game was super weird. The second leg started off Liverpool. The opening 10 minutes were on smoke. Mo Salah was cooking. I didn't see Mo Salah after the 12th minute. Not until I said, oh shit, when the penalty shootout came on, I didn't even realize that Mo Salah was still on the pitch. He dropped a stinker. But as I said, Liverpool, they came out really fast. And it looked like they might open up the scoring. And then all that it took, one counterattack. Dembele gets the opening goal. I think that was more so a defensive error, right? Konate had to play the ball, but Alisson was already coming up. And then they collide. Dembele has good awareness, jumps over them, gets an easy tap in. And then as the first half continued, PSG started cooking Liverpool, but they weren't able to break them down. To be honest, this game shouldn't even have went to extra time. PSG had two very good chances in the first half that they completely bottled. Barcola, how the hell are you not scoring? Round the keeper. You shot it right at Alisson. Dembele on another counterattack. He kicks the balls too far. Near the box, Alisson is able to get to it. PSG should have won this game at least 2-0. Second half kicks off, and it's all Liverpool. Liverpool were applying a lot of pressure, but they were not able to break PSG down. And the thing is, Liverpool had chances, right? Few times they were offsides. But I think somebody brought it up earlier in the comment section. This is going to 100% impact Mo Salah's Ballon d'Or campaign. Because I don't think that just winning the Carabao Cup and the Prem is going to be enough for Mo Salah to win that trophy. I think he is severely impacted now. And Mo Salah was somebody that I had as the favorite to win it. But this today was a biblical, earth-shattering, diabolical, disgraceful, horrendous, satanic kind of stinker. What we saw from Mo Salah today was haram. He needs to go home and repent. There is no way that as the quote-unquote best player in the world, over two legs, you're getting pocketed by Nuno Mendes. There's just no way. And as you can see, Liverpool are literally Salah FC. If Mo Salah is not on form, if Mo Salah is not either getting a goal or an assist, they have nobody. Like, it's crazy. I cannot believe that Liverpool bottled this. I cannot believe that Liverpool went scoreless over 120 minutes at Anfield. The game goes to extra time. PSG are clearly playing for pens because they were sitting back. They were just defending. They were just soaking up the pressure. They were looking to hit Liverpool on the counter. And they weren't able to, again, break PSG down. Donnarumma, first half, looked shaky. Second half, very good. Penalty shootout from Donnarumma, very good. Curtis Jones, Darwin Núñez, both miss. PSG scored all of their pens. And now Liverpool are knocked out of the UCL. Imagine coming first. You know what's so crazy? Liverpool took care of business in the group stage of the tournament. But because all the other big teams messed up, right? Like PSG came outside the top 10. Bayern, Real Madrid, Man City. Because we weren't able to take care of business, that's why you're seeing all these big matchups so early in the UCL. And I fucking love it. I love it. I wanted Liverpool to lose because their fans were getting too carried away. Now we're going to get to see some Liverpool tears tonight. And I'm excited for it. I'm excited to hear the excuses. Darwin Núñez. I said this during the watch-along. Delete all your social media. Delete them. Do not go on social media for at least the next month. Not until you bag a hat trick or something. Because you're about to be public enemy number 1 in the city of Liverpool. Darwin Núñez can't even leave his house right now. This guy needs to just go into hiding. If I was Darwin Núñez, I would miss training tomorrow. I think his Liverpool career is over. Darwin Núñez will be in Saudi next season. Because if you're Liverpool, this guy is useless. What a flop. What a flop. And what's crazy is people in the chat were telling me, oh yeah, Núñez will miss. I didn't think Darwin would miss. But of all the players, you just knew it was going to be him, right? I actually gave him credit. I said, nah, Darwin's not going to miss. This guy takes one of the shittest penalties that you'll see. Donnarumma, second time that we've seen him cook in a penalty shootout. One for Italy, and then today. I might have to give Donnarumma man of the match. To be honest, now that I'm thinking about it, he cooked. Dembele today, I think was better than he was in the first half, in the first leg, in terms of he was clinical, got the goal. But I think in terms of the hype of Liverpool versus PSG, this did live up to the hype. But I just thought that we were going to get a lot more goals. 1-1 on aggregate is not what I was expecting. Just to be very honest with you, chat. But yeah, man, look, PSG, they advance. They're going to either be playing Aston Villa or Club Brugge. And I would have to say that PSG should be considered the favorite to get to the semifinals, right? But let me know what you guys are saying for that match. Now, before we move on, right? I do just want to look at the ratings because I'm not somebody that cares about the ratings too much. But I know that a few of the mandem in the chat, they do like to see that. And I think they're saying, yeah, look, see, SofaScore agrees with me. Donnarumma, man of the match. He absolutely cooked. Wow, that's crazy. That is so crazy, bro. But, yeah, I think, look, PSG were the better team in terms of they had the better chances. Liverpool also had chances, but just not as clinical or not as obvious chances as what PSG had. So, again, chat, let me know what you guys are saying for PSG knocking out Liverpool on pens. Now, the two other games that happened today, where should we go? I think that we'll go Bayern, right? Let's talk about Bayern. They absolutely destroyed Leverkusen. 5-0 on aggregate. That's a disgrace. And what's so crazy is this Bayern team is not that good. They beat Leverkusen today 2-0, right? Leverkusen didn't even look like they were going to score. I think Harry Kane dropped a masterclass, right? A very good opening goal. Alphonso Davies scored the second as well. And Leverkusen just never looked like they were going to get back into this tie. After they lost 3-0 in the first leg, I said it was over. Because Florian Wirtz was injured. And I just didn't think that they would have enough to come back against Bayern. And I actually predicted Leverkusen to knock Bayern out. And I was wrong. We got to give Vincent Kompany a lot of credit. But I know a lot of Madrid fans are looking at Xabi Alonso. A lot of you guys are thinking, yo, is he fraudulent? Now, I don't really blame Xabi for them losing against Bayern. But what I can blame him for is, for example, in the first leg, why didn't you start a striker? Patrick Schick was on the bench. You didn't think maybe he can help you this game? I still want Xabi Alonso at Madrid. Maybe some of you guys might not. I think Leverkusen, the reason why this scoreline looks so bad in terms of the aggregate is because of the mistakes that they made in that first leg, right? Like the first leg, look at how the goalkeeper fumbled the ball for UCL to score. Look at how Harry Kane was able to beat that defender for the header. It's just mistakes like that that I believe cost Leverkusen. But the thing is, you have to go out swinging, right? Leverkusen just bent over and took it. They was getting pumped. And now their season is effectively irrelevant. I don't know if Leverkusen are still involved. I think, they are second in the Bundesliga. They're knocked out the UCL. And I don't know what's going on with the domestic trophies in terms of the cups. But what do they really have to play for now? It's actually crazy how much Bayern Munich dominated them. I thought that Leverkusen would definitely put up more of a fight. I thought that this would be a much more competitive two legs, and it wasn't. So, now we do have to keep an eye on Xabi Alonso because we have to see how they end the season, right? Are they going to now fall off? Are they going to still come second? Like, what are they going to do? But, yeah, now look, bad performance by Leverkusen, over these two legs, bro. I can't believe that I actually picked them to win. Yeah, look, Harry Kane, man of the match. Alphonso Davies, that was a good goal that he scored. The thing is, right, Leverkusen just looked so discombobulated for that second goal. The amount of space that Alphonso Davies had to score that, crazy. Jeremy Frimpong today, I didn't really notice him do anything. I think the back line for Leverkusen, again, just disorganized. Stinker, bro. 5-0 on aggregate is unacceptable. I swear. Has every other team scored in one of these legs except for Leverkusen? That's actually crazy when you think about it. But let me know what you guys are saying for that draw, especially if you're somebody that was looking at Xabi Alonso as potentially being Real Madrid's next manager. Now, final game that we'll talk about, and make sure that you guys are smashing that like button. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel. But the final game that I want to touch on is probably the one that I cared about the least. And that is Inter versus Feyenoord, right? Inter won today 2-1, which is 4-1 on aggregate. And I think it was to be expected. And I believe Bayern will be taking on Inter Milan in the next round, if I'm not mistaken. And that's going to be a pretty good two legs. We will be here for the watch along. But I never thought that Feyenoord were going to win this game. I never thought that Feyenoord were going to beat Inter Milan, right? Inter Milan are a very good defensive team, right? They hold their shape really well. They have some good forwards that can punish you, right? We saw Marcus Thuram with a good run, scored the opening goal. I forget the guy that scored the penalty for Inter to make it 2. And then Feyenoord, they got a penalty as well. So that's why they were able to score a goal. But nobody thought that Feyenoord were going to knock out Inter. That would have been a major upset. And in my opinion, Inter are the only team on the other side of the bracket that can knock out Barcelona. I think Inter will end up in the semifinal against Barca, and I'm going to need Inter to knock these guys out. Because Barca fans are getting a little bit too happy. But now look, as far as the Inter game is concerned, they never had to really worry about it. Feyenoord are not that good. Feyenoord don't really have the quality to be able to break down a team that's as structurally organized as the Inter Milan. We saw 2 pens today, but to be honest, I don't really have as much to add for it because I didn't really care about it. It was the game that I paid attention to the least. But yeah, look, we have it. Barca are through. PSG are through. Bayern are through, and so are Inter. So, look, let me know what you guys are saying for the games today. Smash that like button and subscribe to the channel.